I'm going to be doing a special video while I still can. We achieved pro rank in Gwent. Today is July 20th, 2020. July 20th, 2020. If we look at our record, we achieved pro rank in Gwent using a deck that I like to showcase a few games. So we went 86 to 57. If we look at Skellige specifically, I'll have a better idea. Can't see how many games I won. So I thank you God for this deck, and we'll play 3 games, try our absolute best, and we'll see how it goes. We usually don't walk through all our plays. We usually multitask, but we're gonna try not to multitask this time. Just stay focused on explaining our game plan. So this deck, oh, we didn't even look at what's in our deck. Our deck's so we pull this out. I think this is a very good hand. Alright, so this is a warrior deck. We called it... We're going to start with the On-Crate Blacksmith. And we're passing. The On-Crate Blacksmith will boost... It's an engine that if they do not answer, will get out of control. Start some damage, some pressure. Okay. So this deck has a lot of carryover. I didn't really explain what this deck does. I think we need to do that later. But we're trying to push. We're developing our graveyard first. Okay. He has plans. I think this is where we should take a pass. This is where we take a pass. So, we're developing our graveyard by putting some warriors. We didn't get a chance to really push, but I feel that he was going to commit. Maybe it was too premature to pass. He may have been too premature to pass. But it was definitely going to become a pickle. And he's going down, so we're going to guaranteed long round 3. Which is good for some of the cards. We have a really solid hand overall. Technically, having him go down, we knew we would be able to get 2 cards out of him because Bear Formation Abomination. Oh, we should put in some sound. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So we're gonna go into a long round 3. He wants a long round 3. I want a long round 3. He probably has boats. He's probably gonna need jam. We're gonna need to keep this to take down Super Boosty. That's good. Hands. I'm okay with this. Really good hand. Open up. So, Herald the cripple. Love it. This is fine, because now we have a good target for the Blood Eagle. I don't want to blow that yet. Let's see. Let's see if he boosts this. Let's see if he boosts that dude. Get on, crate. Herald on. Get down.
Here's the balance than your wildest dreams.
Excellent. When we're putting the on-crate war criers down, we need to make sure that they're to the right of our damage ping girl, Hergicha. Actually, we really hope to be able to smack them by 8. Okay. Sure. We don't want to kill these soldiers. We want them to stack up close. Good. Double the boats. This is going to get exciting.
Skellige!
We should move the boat to there, so.
Winds hurled, waves cross.
Bang. Na, 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 na. This deck's power is just so many engines. He almost wants me to kill this. I oblige. Five. Steady. Steady. Boom, boom, boom. So the power of this deck is to just put too many things to answer. But 5 engines on the board. There's 5 engines on the board. I mean, 6. There's 6 engines. We've got Heksha. She every end of turn deal 1 damage, right? On-crate War Criers boost by 1 if there's a wounded creature. Very easy to activate with Onslaught. And then you have... Poor boy. On top of that, right? We have two great swords as an engine, and then Herald himself is an engine. Every time we play a warrior, deal with him. This is just going to be. Yeah, look how many points this is going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. That's 24. Baby, thank you God. Six more. Well played. You need like 5 cards to answer this. So he took a very good pass in round 1. Thank you God for the win. I didn't go over the deck. Or I'll go over the deck. Hi, welcome to stream. You're in for a treat. This is the deck that we got to pro rank with, and we're going. We're trying to do 3 matches with this deck. Win, lose, or draw. I'm gonna pilot it, and we'll explain right now what every card in this deck does. So on Great Blacksmith, every time you play a warrior, gain 1 charge. This thing's a monster. This whole deck, how many warriors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. All the bronze cards are warriors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Except for the blacksmith himself. That means there's 12 warriors in this deck. Now in the gold cards we have warrior 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This deck is basically all warriors. So this guy, if he is not killed, he already gives you 5 points because he starts with 1 charge. But if he's not killed, he'll make sure your opponent's going to have a hard time killing anything else. So it makes him a perfect fit for this deck because he literally needs to be killed. And if they kill him, that's 1 card they can't use to kill your other cards. Tweezarch Invader, interestingly enough, is one of the worst cards in the deck, but it's so good from the new expansion. Veteran Tag and Veil are both relevant. Veteran means on turn 1 it's a 5 power. On turn 2, it's round 2 is a 6 power. It's getting stronger and stronger, increasing its power by 1. So on round 3 it's a 7-point card, which is amazing. A 7-point card for 4. When you play this with a Herald, where's our Herald boy? Herald can resurrect a bronze card. So if you played a Herald, that's 6 plus 7, 13, plus 1 damage because it does 1 damage for that warrior played. Every time you play a warrior, deal 1 damage. That's 14 points. And that's the worst thing that he could bring back. Veil is super relevant. I think I've won quite a few matches against poison decks by basically going into a short round 3 where they kept poison because they thought I was going to go tall in the greatswords, but I just kept some Tweezarch Invader. So you don't really want to play them in rounds 1 or 2, but round 3 you're happy to top deck them, which makes them pretty good for solid rounds. On-Crate Raider is even better. It's just, this card is gnarly. Like, this card is a 4-point card, then it goes 5-point, and then 6. So on round 3, it's a 6 toughness creature that can do 2 damage. And if there's Bloodthirst 3, you get Zeal, which means this guy can guarantee 8 points if their Bloodthirst online. Onslaught is not picked up very often, but Onslaught makes Bloodthirst so easy to proc. It's just easy. On-Crate Warrior, Bloodthirst is every time a unit is damaged. So if there's 1 damaged unit on the board, you have Bloodlust 1. There are 3 on your opponent's side. If you have hurt 3 opponents on your opponent's side, then you have Bloodlust 3. And so On-Crate Warrior, Warcrier is a monster as well because our leader ability allows us to give Bloodthirst immediately. So the moment this thing comes down, it's a 5-drop. And if we've protected him with either one of, we can protect it using our good old. If we play the blacksmith first, he doesn't die, then you can immediately shield up your brother, and then do a damage ping. Now he's going to be a 6-point card. Most removal is 4 points of damage or 5 points of damage, or super tall removal. So 4 and 5 damage cannot kill somebody that's at 6 HP. So putting this guy at 6 HP, suddenly he's not dying. And if he does die, we have ways to bring him back. Freya's Blessing. Bring back a bronze Skellige unit from your graveyard. We have ways to bring him back using our Herald On-Crate. Herald On-Crate loves the bronzes here. These bronze warriors, ideally is an On-Crate warrior or a greatsword, but you'll settle for anything. Any of these cards is amazing. So Warcrier becomes usually like a 7 to 10-point card over time, and he's just one more engine you can't answer. And what's really important about this card, putting it down early and even letting it die, get poisoned, let it get removed, is that it makes way for our real boys. The real engine is the Great Swords. On-Crate Great Swords, I was a big fan of this card in Homecoming. We'll change our Viking music to our next song. The On-Crate Great Swords weakness is you don't know which row to put him in. But once you know which row to put him in, because he hits stronger every time you damage a unit on the opposite side of the opposite row, and if your opponent has not put any units on a row yet, you're not sure where to commit the On-Crate Greatsword. So you don't put him early on, which is his weakness. But that slots in perfectly with the other cards because On-Crate Warcry doesn't care what row your opponent's Bloodthirst is. If he's bloody in the first row or the second row, it doesn't matter. And so he's already growing, right? And that's the moment that your opponent sees this thing growing, they put themselves in a position of, okay, I need to develop my engines. We're in an engine race. I put on an engine, and so now they're putting up an engine, and that gives me a good target. So they start putting their cards down that they really need to get value over time. And then On-Crate Greatsword is the one who's going to be showing up on the front. And usually, I don't care if they reset him. I don't care if they kill him. They resetted the On-Crate Greatsword earlier, but whoever gets last say, they're going to have a big, big On-Crate Greatsword. So if my On-Crate Greatsword is allowed, if I'm allowed to play as my second to last play, probably going to see him grow humongous. So whenever an opponent takes damage, we were activating that with Onslaught immediately, so he's boosted to 5. Again, he benefits from the Blacksmith in the same interaction going to his 6, because he's a warrior. He boosts up that count. Actually can go to 7. So actually, say you have On-Crate Blacksmith. I play this down. Then I play the Greatsword. I use my Onslaught ability. He bumps to 5. Then the Blacksmith has 2 charges, one from the initial, and the second charge, because the warrior, he can bump this guy to 7. All of a sudden, very hard to kill, even if they have damage set up on the board. And the bronzes of this deck shine, man. The bronzes here are scary. I could push people who have gold cards being played with bronzes. Drummond Berserker is a pretty cool card. This card is frightening. It represents 9 points. It's a 9.5 cost card because he deals 3 damage to himself to deal 3 damage to your opponent. So he does 3 damage of damage, and then he transforms into a bear that's 6. So it's 3 plus 6, he's 9. 9 for 5? Hello, this card needs to get nerfed. Like, this card's gonna get nerfed. A 9 cost card for 5. His only weakness is when he gets to 3 HP, he's prey. But honestly, removing this guy feels bad because he already did 2 damage. If you remove him at 3, he's already done 2 damage. And so he's one of those cards that if your opponents are answering, they're not answering your other cards. And so he's not getting answered. And how can you answer the Drummond Berserker, the Great Swords, Resurrecting, and the Blacksmith? And it's like an and show. Giga Scorpion is crazy because this card's one of the best cards in the game. It deals 6 damage once. It does 1 damage 6 times, which is relevant because there are creatures that have shields. So it could break through the Hefty Helga's shield. Breaking through the Hefty Helga's shield makes this card amazing. Shield means it blocks the first damage of instance of damage. It doesn't matter if you did 100 damage, it's blocked. So you need to take off the shield first. So the Giga Scorpion is one of the best cards in the game. Yet I am mulliganing that. I'm actually sending this card back into my deck to find bronzes, which is why this deck is crazy. Because if you think that this card's one of the best cards of the game, and I actually redraw this card all the time unless I think I need it. I resend this card unless I think I need it. Because technically, you never want to do this. You never want to play this card only for 6 points. You need to use that 6 damage to remove a card that can do way more damage than 6 points. So if you're using this to kill cards that are generating value beyond 6 points. And if I feel like, wait a minute, my Great Sword is going to grow into a 20-point card, do I want my Giga Scorpion or do I want my On-Crate Great Sword? That's the rationale. Why would I send it back? So how many golds do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Herkjar Drummond, she's an engine. She's gnarly. She's 5, so she's resistant, but she's ironically weak against Skellige, because Skellige usually carries Stunning Blow. Stunning Blow deals 7 damage to creatures with armor. Because she's playing our horn, we're going to switch to our horn song now. Our drums. War drums. Alright, so she's really reliable. Veil means that she needs to be answered with damage, basically. They can't use poison, they can't use bleed. They need to punch her in the face and immediately do it. She's not tall enough for them to use tall removal. And she's going to do a lot of damage and activate Great Swords, War Criers, if she is not answered. And even if I just activate her ability immediately, she represents 7 points. But if she is not answered, she's doing 1 damage per turn, which is doubling if there's on-crate creature. What if there are 2 Great Swords and she keeps hitting in a row? That's 2 points right there. She's amazing. She's scary. And her split 3 damage randomly between enemy units in a row activates a Great Sword 3 times. So that's 6 damage. That's 6 points. I think that for her provision cost, she's punching above her weight, so she's auto-included in a warrior deck. I mean, there's no reason. She's a literal warrior. It's nice to have some female representation because it looks like we got Tweesarch Invader, Freya's Blessing, and now she's Hercture Drummond, the only gold female, I believe. We got Donar on Hindar, easy activation. I mean, this is a 9 points for 7, dealing 4 damage. A body and removal. Old man punching people in the face, showing people he can fight. I don't need him in the deck. He's not necessary. Man, does he like being in this deck. 9 points, deal 4. That's an Andriga Larva. Gone. This can kill. And that's the thing about my leader ability, Onslaught. Onslaught does 1 damage, right? So Onslaught dealing 1 damage means that this guy can do 5 damage on a turn, which is really relevant. Let's say you're against monsters and they're playing... Actually, not just monsters. Let's say they're playing anything, any of the 5-cost Hercture Drummond-like cards, like Hercture Drummond. I can't kill them with 4 damage, but I can kill them with 5. And so that's where the Donar really likes to get a little boost, a boosty boost from the 1 damage. Also, the Onslaught activates his Bloodthirst, so he's basically a 9 drop, usually. And only in the worst case scenarios, he's just 7. So 7 points for 7 is still doable. His worst case scenario is pretty good. His best case scenario, easy activation, amazing. Skordal Drummond. This card is 6 points on turn 1. He is 8 points on round 2, and he is 10 points on round 3. 5 damage removal on round 3 with the +1 from my leader ability is 6. 6 damage removal is relevant. It's taking out other people's great swords. It's taking out people's boosted Ana Strengers. He can steal the round. I don't mind. I played him in round 1, I believe. No, I didn't. I did, did I? I played him. I can play him early. I think I played him round 2. I played him round 2 last game to ensure that we're going to a round 3. So he's high tempo. He's high tempo, he's high removal, and he's carryover. He's carrying over points to round 2, round 3, and he's getting stronger and stronger. He's very scary, and he's very cheap. Another card I would expect to get nerfed, to be really honest with you. 10 damage. 10 points. 5 on the damage. 5 on the body for 8. These guys are punching above their weight, these boys. Hammond. So it doesn't look like we have that many pirate synergy, but Hammond... I've been watching competitive Gwen, and Hammond is was like MVP in so many matches. Movement deactivates and disrupts key engines. The bleeding means that he, at his worst, usually can capture about 7 points. Just taking down an engine makes him significant. He's a big boy. 6-point body, and he can bleed for 2, which puts him at 8, so he's at 8 for 8. But he can bleed for 3 when we have more pirates. So let's see how many pirates we have. So these are pirates. Tweesarchers are pirates. These are pirates actually. So I should actually be more mindful because I think I'm missing some points here. Because for every pirate that he's played next to, he will bleed more. So if there are 2, he's put in the middle of 2 pirates, he's going to bleed for 4, which makes him a 10 for 8, which again, he's punching above his weight. So we should be more mindful. Pirate positioning. 4 pirates in this stage. She's not a pirate. He's not a pirate. He can't put himself next to him. Covenant of Steel is a pirate. He's a pirate. Interestingly enough. And so is Morkvarg, Terror of the Seas. However, Morkvarg, Terror of the Seas is almost always played at my last play, so that's not happening, usually. And so, it's mainly the bronzes and the defender. Our next card is Fongridge Tweesarch. This guy is a big boy. I mean, sometimes we just need points. And Bloodthirst 3, we just said it's easy to activate. We got so many ways to deal damage. We got our bears, we've got her, we've got these guys, we've got that. We have our leader ability. So he's getting activated, basically. And he's at 11 points for 8. Again, punching above his weight. I've never played him for 6 points that I'm aware of. And there are times where I have mulliganed him away. Let's say the round is too short. I just send him away because I'm like, all right, I'd rather have a bronze card than him. If I don't think I can activate him because there's only 3 cards in the round, we'll send him away. And that's when you know you're onto something, because the golds are, I don't mind not seeing him. So he's just in there because he's one of the best options, but you don't need him to win. Covenant of Steel, Human Pirate Warrior. This card is significant. This card will defend our engines. If we can hide 2 or 3 engines behind them here in a long round, the game's over. And it happens a lot. It's very easy for this to happen. You just get her online first play, especially if you have first say in going into round 3. Start with her, then activate my engines, and then the nightmare begins. She's not easy to kill at all. You have to deal 8 damage immediately, and you usually have to do that over 3 turns, and which means you need to do 9 damage because she starts gaining armor. And so when people try to kill her, it takes 2 cards to kill her. And if you spent 2 cards to kill her, that means you're not going to be able to answer 2 engines that have already grown out of kill range. Morkvark, Heart of Terror. This card is the Great Sword's best friend. You want to play Great Sword as second to last, and you play Morkvark, Heart of Terror. Ideally, on your opponent's Great Sword. They have a huge Great Sword, steal all those points. So if they have a 50-point creature that was naturally a 5-point creature, this thing will do 45 damage to them. 44 damage, 46 damage to them. And all those boosts would go onto our Great Sword. Do not be fooled by his 5-point body for 10. This guy's routinely catching like 15 points, if not 20 points, because he answers any boosted creature. If there's a creature that has 20 points on him, no creature is played and is naturally 20 points, so he grew to 20 points. So damaging that unit repeatedly till it's damaged means removing every single boost and then dealing 1 more damage. It means removing all the armor, killing the Yagurn, killing on some of the tough creatures. If you get Last Say and both players have engines, this is the card that tips the balance. Probably the most powerful card that can play Last Say in this deck. Blood Eagle. Blood Eagle, crazy good card. Easy activation. Bloodthirst 3, you just need 3 things damage, and then it basically deal 2 damage, and then play any warrior from your deck. Any warrior. The whole deck is warriors. Hemdall's a warrior. Herald's a warrior. Morkvark's a warrior. So this is like plus 2 damage, and then play Morkvark. Not only that, you have Echo, so you play the warrior of choice from your deck, and then you get to see it again next turn. This is probably the best card you could probably see in your hand, because this card lets you see anything else in your deck. Herald Oncrate. Ooh, Herald Oncrate's a monster. I've never played him round 1. He evolves from this to this to this. In round 2, I've played him a couple times in round 2. I have used him when my opponents try to bleed me in round 2 to steal the card. If they're at 7 cards and they play the 6th card and I'm at 8 cards, Herald Oncrate steals the card. I will play him and open round 2. It's very hard. He's coming down as a 10, 12, 13, 14, and then he starts growing. But he's an engine. Every time you play Warrior, deal 1 damage. These little 1 damage pings add up. And he plays a Bronze Warrior from her grave, and all these warriors are good. And he's bringing back a Greatsword. He's bringing back the Warfare. Alright, Hemdall. Hemdall could easily be replaced with Wild Boar of the Sea, but I've chosen not to play Wild Boar of the Sea because I felt that I do not have a consistent way of even drawing Wild Boar of the Sea. And so Hemdall is the most expensive warrior, and he does do a lot of damage. He could do 9 plus 8. He could do 17 points by himself. If there's 9 creatures in a row, and he goes down, he's hitting for 17. And if you couple that with Blood Eagle, The moment if I have Blood Eagle, Hemdall's probably gonna get played because he's gonna be played. So that's 19 points. So Hemdall could be a 19-point play, and he can activate your great swords amazingly. And I don't think he's necessary. If I don't see him, I'm not gonna cry. But he's a big play. He can secure the round. He's the most expensive warrior in the game. And although we cannot play him twice, and although we're making a huge sacrifice by not playing Wild Boar of the Sea, technically usually you want Wild Boar of the Sea in this kind of deck because we have the ability to make so many damaged creatures. The thing is, I just couldn't justify Wild Boar of the Sea because I can't tutor it. I can't find it. I cannot guarantee it. It's like it's a great card, but if you never draw it, it's a problem. And so Hemdall solves that problem because he's the same power level, almost the same power level, and actually even better in certain cases, like short rounds and played earlier. So he can steal their cards just like Morkvark or Encrate, while being way more reliable based off of Blood Eagle. Let's get into our last two games. I hope that I did a good job. I felt motivated today to just talk about this deck and let it shine, because I know the Gwent meta moves really quickly. We'll post this on YouTube, but I'm sure the next time I play Gwent, this deck probably won't be as good as it is now, because it's probably going to get nerfed. And we're against Ursign Ritual, and he's going to be, if I have to guess, he's playing Queensguard. Alright, see, like, this is weird. We got Blood Eagle. Blood Eagle means we're going to find the big Hemdall. And you just don't have that power. So we're going to take away the Resurrection first. Morkvark is huge. I'm lagging like crazy. We like to pass our turns quickly so that our opponent has to think on their turn. Likely what's going to happen is we're playing against a swap deck, one of my favorite decks in the game. A Lippy deck. So it's a pretty good challenge because I'm not sure how this is going to end. But overall, we have everything we want. I mean, that's the power of the Blood Eagle. The Blood Eagle says I can draw you. I can draw any card twice. Except for the Encrate Blacksmith, which is the card I don't want to draw. I can draw every single one of them. So, critical in this matchup is we don't want to lose round 1. We do not want to lose this round. We want to go into long round 3. Yeah, Queensguard. Alright, so we're going to get the Encrate Great Swords going down. This is a Queensguard. We can't lose this round. I say that, but we're probably going to lose this round. I say that, but we're probably going to lose this round, huh? Also, we like to pretend we have Wild Boar of the Sea. Sorry. I like to pretend I have Wild Boar of the Sea. We got his decoction down. Thinking about what we do. I'm thinking about Hemdall. Hemdall is going to be good in the last round, though, versus our opponent. Alright, we're going to get all our Blood Criers down, and we're going to go down to 4 cards. We can go down to 4 cards. Alright, sure. I think it's okay to go here because he already used Decoction. His removal is limited. I've played this opponent's deck many times. He has the ability to kill the Warcryer, so I had to defend my Warcryer somehow. He has Stunning Blow, right? So that's the Stunning Blow. So I'd rather him do that. And we could aggressively play all our bronzes. I mean, we played a great sword, and now we got 2 war cries on the board. We can aggressively play this because we know we can bring them back. The Freya's Blessing. But that becomes... Now Freya's Blessings become more important. So we can bring back 1 with a Herald. Interesting. So he managed to kill one. He's committing heavy cards in this one. Morkvarg's actually not that good. I should really consider playing Morkvarg. Although, it's too sharp. We gotta be careful though. He might shorten us. He might shorten us down. I'm not sure if I'm playing this right. He actually has impressively removed our cards, and we need him to play more crap. Because if he flips his deck like this, we're in trouble. But we can't lose this round. He's really pushing me. I'm gonna use this to kill this. Oh. Thank God. Alright. So we're gonna get in a 9-point round 3. Really important. Gotta be Rex. Ooh, so that's a Heimdall. That's a good card. So that means these are all good cards. Drummond Berserker being the worst card. That means it's a handful of gold. It's a handful of gold. Alright, I kind of need to be right back. Unfortunately for me, I just realized something bad. Bad for my strategy. I need to find Freya's Blessings, but I noticed something bad here is that Herkja is dead. Herkja is going to die, and he's swapping his deck next turn, which means he has Onomancy. He has Onomancy in his hand and Royal Decree. This should be interesting. Should be really interesting. Freya's, number 1. Heimdall. Made our hold hands bronze. We're going to get a great sword with her. Alright, double Freya. I mean, my deck's bronze cards. This is how we do it. Thank you, God, for giving us perfect hand. Pray that we're able to do this deck justice. We're going to have a tough one. He's going to open with Lippy. He's going to open with Lippy. Alright, how do we open? I mean, it's not going to be pretty for him. He's going to line this Heimdall up so nicely. Probably the worst thing that could happen right now is his Herkja Drummond. He's going to take out my Herkja Drummond with a stunning blow. And I don't think I can stop that. Alright. Now that is not... That's not what I expected him to play. I'm gonna just Blood Eagle that. Oh. Wow, he's doing it. Oh! Woo! Almost. Almost. It's okay to get the greatsword out now. We got two Freyas. We got two Freyas, and we know that he's gonna use if he stacks the range road, he's gonna have cards going in the range row at some point. I mean, he may just remove it with the. If he removes it with the stunning blow, I'm like happy because that would be his second stunning blow, and therefore he would not have answers to. All right. I don't think we're gonna get more value than this. Remove that. Just remove that out of here. That removed good. It has a full value 10. He has zero. He has no engines that are worth mentioning yet. I think he's saving his stunning blow. Whoa. Oh.
She brooks no insult.
He's gonna kill Harold. He's gonna kill Harold. He's trying to kill Harold. That and he's got it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. We're trying to get him to stack up the. Bro. Not going for that. Oh, he's going to Herald. That's really. Ah. That's not what I expected. Not what I expected. All right, so he doesn't have stunning blow in his hand. He doesn't have stunning blow in his hand. So we're playing too scared. I gotta be careful with more cards here. Does he have more card? He has Wild Boar to see. He has Wild Boar to see. He has Wild Boar to see. I don't know why he's stacking the melee row so hard. Why is he stacking the melee row?
Bow before water prayer.
The strength god. think he needs a. He has a. He might have Morkvarg in his hand. It's very close. Do we play a Morkvarg and then Hemdall? Yeah, I think he has Wild Boar of the Sea right now. Alright. Oh boy. So we have to go for now. He might have more. It might have Morkvarg, and therefore might punish this. It's Morkvarg versus Morkvarg if he has Morkvarg. I think it's wild. I think it's Wild Boar of the Sea. I think either way we win. Alright, we won. He forgot. How come he not play? How come he didn't play this before? You got for the win. Now for our final showdown. I'll be right back, and then we'll do our last match. God, I pray that we're able to showcase the power of this deck in another good, powerful game. That we play our best. We minimize our misplays. We identify the correct ones of plays. It's a little tough. Skellige against Skellige again. Second win. Sure. Second win's the more typical version of Skellige that you'll see on the battlefield. So we send away the Freyas. Tree Surge is not as good. So again, we open up with a very early, immediate. He's going to get Stunning Blood probably. Probably going to die. His job is to die. He dies for the cause. And if he doesn't die for the cause, we'll win the game. Win the round. Our hand's not as good as before. We're missing key cards, but we'll find them. We'll find some of them. We want to find Blood Eagle, because Blood Eagle is what is making this deck so monstrous. Is because once you got a Blood Eagle, then you've got the options. Then you've got. Might seem like an early commitment, but I want the Stunning Blow now. Like, if he's gonna Stunning Blow me now. If you're gonna decoction me now. I'd rather lose the Herkja Drummond than lose value on the Berserker, because the Berserker can actually be really significant. If anything, I think he's gonna play his own Berserker. I think he's gonna play his own. I think he's gonna play something that likes getting damage. That's my gut instinct. I hope he plays something thick. The thicker he play, whatever he plays, I'm hoping it's a thick boy, so that the greatsword can start growing and start dying. We want the removal in his hand to leave his hand as fast as possible. So we want to play. Okay, that is so decoctioned. He's gonna trigger. He's not gonna trigger his ability. This is a funny. This is a funny. I dare you to move. I think we put the drum in really good. This is where it's called teamwork. Teamwork. Woo! Boom. And we've had no problems removing cards like this from the such that we don't even really need Stunning Blow in the deck. That's
So what? Should I turn it into a poker?
I'm almost tempted to just straight up pass. Because if I just pass, he has to play into round 2. He has to play into round 2. I'm passing. He has to play. Because if he does not play any cards into, like, this puts him in a weird position because he has. This is about to flip into a 6. I'm about to get 4 points. I'm going to get 15. So if his math is off, he's going to mess himself up. So he actually committed. He chose to commit a strong card. So he's in a funny position because does he dare second wind one of those 2 cards? They're only okay. They're okay. They're not amazing. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. His hand's good. Hand is good. Hand is looking good. Warcrier. We need to dump something. This card is actually pretty good. I'm gonna dump the... Do I need... I have... He's probably gonna play cards in this round. Because we both have not used Blood Eagle. And he probably is most certainly running Blood Eagle. And if he's running a Blood Eagle, then he wants to see... He's passing. We like to take our turns fast to pressure. To pressure them to think on their turn. I don't want him to think on my turn. I want him to take and eat his own turn timer, not my turn timer.
Women, children, elders.
I think he's gonna pass. I don't think he can. I don't think he just put this to set up his grave. He just did this to set up his next card. He has to pass this. If not passing here would be absolutely suicidal. Like there's. Okay. Thank you. He has to pass because if he kills this and I never let him go, he's gonna get. So we're both. So we actually get the situation we wanted. We actually got a pretty decent bronze. 2 bronze warriors. Research. Okay, so we are looking for some golds. That's a gold. So we really want one of these cards. We really want some of those cards up there. Okay. We have no. We have to settle. But it's okay. This deck can take it home without. We're going to probably bring out Well, the thing is, can he... I only have 2 warriors in the grave. I don't have 2 warriors in the grave, but the question is, who is actually worth the most? Dude, he just second winded that? That's crazy. Wait, what is this? What is this leader ability? I obviously did not even read his leader ability, because I was like, wait, what's that? What's that do?
Act the crimes. Come on, right now.
Oh, okay. Oh. Uh-huh. That's actually pretty scary. To be careful. Pretty scary. Morkvarg? Herald the Crystal. Okay.
Up and on 'em, you lazy bastards! You'll sleep when you're dead. Bury corpses. See assholes in the crops while they still live.
We're in a little bit of a pickle here. This is getting too much value. And he should be able to kill this. Questions now. So we're gonna need to get our Herald the Cripple down. We're hoping he actually kills the Ancrate War. It actually doesn't matter which one he kills. Really, it doesn't matter. We're bringing it back with Herald the Cripple. And we're gonna have no Morkvarg, so this is gonna be a situation. It's going to be a situation with no Morkvarg. Sure. Stunning blow. No. No, boy. Oh man, I don't have any wounded creatures to deal with. I have no wounded creatures. Maybe we have to kill Herald. This is starting to look kind of finicky. To be honest, we're not looking too strong here. These are not. I actually don't like the fact that he locked me. I actually did not notice it. Oh. Really? Did you really have to do that? Did you really have to do that? Oh, that's perfect, because now he's going to boost. Okay. We put ourselves in stunning blow position but
I does not bend my neck for that shipper.
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
Ooh. Oh no! Not like this. Not like this. Not like this.
Parliamentarians. He's a kid.
Man, that's not good. How did he do that? Wait, did I get the game mixed up? I thought he already Gigasword. I got mixed. I got it. It's okay. Stay in the head of the game. I know. I got it mixed up. I got it mixed up. I thought he really had Gigascorpion already. What does he have? What is it? Hemdall. I'm stacking up for Hemdall too much, and he really did have. He might have Great Sword and Weather, honestly, because he has the movement ability. It's very strange. Hope it doesn't DC. I want to win. I want to win this trophy catch. I mean, I'm at 1 point ahead. Steady. I've never seen anyone do Blaze of Glory before. We have a 6-6 lineup here. We need him to have some bad bronzes. We need him to have some bad bronzes. Is looking like. Oh, that's not a bad bronze at all. God help us. Oh yeah. Oh, GG, your opponent. We messed up. I think we messed up by not attacking that one time we could have been upset. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We messed up. Morklark in the hand. Morklark is in the hand. I really messed up on the Giga Scorpion though. I mistakenly thought. I thought he didn't have Giga Scorpion. I must have got games confused. Sometimes you get the games confused and you think to yourself, oh, he already played Giga Scorpion. No, he didn't play Giga Scorpion at all. The previous game he had. Anyway, good game to our opponent. We live and we learn. We're trying to become a better player. You become a better player by looking at your defeats and say, how can I improve here? So the deck's really strong. Absolutely should have won that game. We just missed up. We didn't attack. We didn't put our greatsword at 7. It's a small error, but I hope that this is helpful to people. I'm going to put it on YouTube. And God bless. I'm going to take a snack. Bye-bye.